Hi, hello. I just had to frog 3 rows of work and I am holding strong. I realized that I didn't like the way that the pattern was going so far. Oh, yeah, I'm crocheting, by the way. At this point, I'm on this yarn and it's not quite the same color. It's more lagoony and I don't know if it's going to give off the same effect. And if it doesn't, oh well, I just won't wear it with what I made earlier. I was somebody that absolutely crashed out during the TikTok ban thing, and I kind of want to talk about that. I'm not sure how ready I am to talk about it, and I'm definitely not putting any of those videos in here because, wow, it's kind of embarrassing. I cried a lot. Besides the point, I do want to talk about that whole entire situation that's going on because I think it's important to realize when we're getting propagandized too and learning how to check our resources and all that. I'm sure that if you're watching this, you already know how to do that, but just in case somebody stumbles upon this video. Also, I just watched a video from Deja Sade. Her artwork at the end is really pretty. I watched her video about how billionaires became our gods, and she mentioned that we're in the second Gilded Age. I agree. Well, I think we're on the downturn of that. During this Gilded Age, we did worship our billionaire gods, and I work with somebody, and I was talking about the TikTok ban and all that. Eventually, Musk got brought up. They were kind of praising them and all that, and they're like, oh, this guy is a brilliant man. I'm like, I think he has too much money. She said something along the lines of, yeah, maybe they'll give us space travel and all that. I'm like, yeah, for his billionaire friends. And then she eventually said that she was kind of scared of him. And I'm like, we all should be scared of him. He has way too much money. He acquires businesses. He doesn't create anything. He just buys them up and takes all the juice out of them. What could be something amazing won't ever become something amazing because they're just profiting off of our belief that things can be better if we just have better technology when the technology isn't getting better. We live in a world where people create things, like these oligarchs and these business owners create things so that they can fail and so that we have to keep on spending money. Like, that's what's going on right now. It's hard to believe that some people still believe that these people are our saviors. As Deja said, we are in the second Gilded Age where we did worship these celebrities. They were like something to aspire to be, and they kind of sold us the American dream. You have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to survive, especially if you have kids. I grew up in a household where my mom had to work 3 jobs at one time. My mom's a foreigner, and having her to find jobs was like really hard because she didn't speak much English. So she had to work with people who spoke Korean. Eventually, she told me when we were older that she was scared to get a job outside of that community because she didn't speak too well in English. And that's because she was pushed to believe her English wasn't that good. I think her English was fine. I know I did grow up with her, so I'm a little bit biased. Her English was fine enough that she could have worked elsewhere and not just worked under Korean people. She didn't feel like she could work a job that was English speaking primarily because of her doubt in herself, because that was sewed into her, because somebody up here told her English wasn't good enough. And so she believed that for her whole life. And we never got out of debt, really. We had a whole bunch of crashes that happened. There's a lot of economic downturns that happened. She grinded. She worked so freaking hard. I respect the hell out of her for that. But she never made it to billionaire status. She never made it to millionaire status. We had to borrow money for me to go to college the first semester. I ended up just dropping out the second semester because 1, it was a financial burden, and 2, I wasn't ready for school. I was undiagnosed ADHD. I had no idea what was going on. We're worshiping these people, idealizing these people, and believing that these are attainable when most of these people are born into their wealth. And I wish that we had better education on it, but of course we don't. I'm getting really frustrated with what's going on and how we are being propagandized to. I don't even know the proper word. Propagandered. It's really frustrating to see how in your face it is and how not subtle it is anymore. It's disgusting. Oh, also, I don't know if this is kind of related, but I feel like it is. In fashion, you can tell when there's going to be an economic impression. I don't know too much about these words in general. I know what's going on, but I don't know how to properly explain it an economist would be able to. In fashion, you can tell when we're about to go kind of in a recession era. Popular in the millionaire, billionaire world is workwear. The last time I remember workwear being popular and used in Hollywood, maybe it's happened more than once, but in particular, I know very well about the 1940s propaganda. Veronica Lake is a really big example. Cut her hair so that her luscious locks of hair wouldn't be in her face anymore to provide the look of a working woman. That was propaganda. That was something that the rich, the elite, Hollywood, most of them never touched the factories. Most of them never got out of their elite status and got down and dirty with it. They stayed in their little mini castles and just said, hey, this is what's going to be popular nowadays. And everybody jumped on that. And back then, radios were still like becoming popular. They weren't quite a household commodity. They were just starting to become popular in the household. When you went out to go watch video or movies, or if you did have a TV, or you were able to go to a location with a TV, I don't remember exactly when TVs were popular, but it wasn't until like the 50s or 60s. You saw these Hollywood stars wearing what the normal average everyday person was. And because that was the trend, people were like, oh, they're just like us. And that's what's going on right now up here. That's what's going on. They are wearing workwear. They are wearing tattered clothes. They are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on shoes that you could just make yourself by wearing the same pair of shoes for 5 years. You can see a trend there. I'm kind of a pattern recognizer, and I know I'm not the only one that says this about being neurodiverse. I just watch a lot of media and I watch a lot of people talk and I listen to my community. I don't feel like I can consider myself a historian, but I feel like I can consider myself somebody that like notices patterns in history. I feel like things are getting a little bit suspicious. Another thing that we can note about the change in our culture right now is the rise of religion, and it's one particular religion, and that religion was used in Rome to kind of like control the narrative. You can see, especially in the era that there were 3 different popes. I think that's what it was. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I took that history class. There was at least one self-appointed pope. I think one was actually a female. I don't remember. And one was a government assigned pope, which that's suspicious as hell, and that should have never happened, but here we are. It's definitely one that we've kind of based most of our economy and our politics on. Around that time is really when you can start seeing Christianity really borrowing from pagan religions in the area so that they could absorb people who actually already celebrated those and make it their own, and like combine the religions together as a sense of community, which that's the only community that we kind of really have in the US is organized churches. Seeing our leaders tout that they're very religious and hold other religions accountable for a lot of other things that we are actually doing ourselves is another sign that things aren't going well. Before I keep on going, I do want to apologize. This isn't something I normally do talk about. I try to keep it more positive, but after everything that happened in the last 3 days, I've cried so many tears, and I feel like this is something that's really important to talk about, seeing how quickly we're going down this route and how quickly things are getting absorbed by these really rich people, these oligarchs, and our communities becoming crushed because they can't control the narrative anymore. It's disgusting. Like, I keep on saying it's disgusting, but it really, truly is. I'm scared of losing my friends again, you know? Anyways, back to crochet. This yarn has had 2 factory tied knots in it, and I'm not happy with that. I don't think any other of the skeins that I've used have had this problem, and like it's kind of weird that it's doing this. It's plastic, so I don't understand why it's so difficult, but they could have just like melted it together or something. But I don't know if this is still yarn that they carry in the stores right now. Oh, actually, let me talk about Joann. So sometime last year, we knew that Joann filed for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which basically meant they're going to restructure from the inside, from like the higher ups down, kind of in a way. They were just supposed to like do what they can to save face, right? What they did was they cut hours down at the lower level. They tried to add their own sewing machine, I guess. I don't know. I saw one commercial about it. I'm like, that's not good. There's sewing machines out there. Why are you spending money on making a new sewing machine that nobody's going to trust because nobody else has used it before? They kept on bringing in fleece fabrics, the ones that you just kind of cut up and tie the ends on, which was popular like maybe a few years ago, but because that was the most popular thing for a while, they kept on going and going and going instead of like renovating and finding something else that the actual core community wanted, the year-round community wanted to do, not just the Christmas community. I heard a lot of people talk about how they kept on bringing in like home decor pieces instead of like actual fabric, which it's Joann fabrics. Like, excuse me, why are we bringing in home decor? I personally did enjoy some of the home decor stuff that they had, but that shouldn't have been the priority. It's one of the reasons I feel like I kind of got into sewing was because I was going there anyways for Halloween decor, and then I was seeing all their fabrics instead of just using bed sheets. So I guess it kind of got me into the store, but that should never have been their primary like money maker, you know? While they were in this chapter 11 bankruptcy deal, whatever, while they were supposed to be reforming, most of us crafters were like, hey, bring in better cotton fabrics. Hey, bring in more linens. And they never did that. I think certain stores got it, but not many did. I know my local Joann didn't bring in anything really. Anytime there was like a holiday yarn, we never got it. We did get fabrics. I did buy linen on sale out there one time, but I think I bought the last remnants of it and they never restocked it. The core community that's begging them, hey, give us these things back, give us some more things, they weren't listening to us. So that's what's going on with that. Outside of that, now post like regrouping, reforming everything, they have announced that they will shut down and liquidate unless they have a buyer by like February or March. I don't remember the exact date. I haven't been paying too much attention because I'm already like heartbroken over this whole entire year. This 2025 is rough. That being said, the only bidder so far as I know, has been the company that bought out Big Lots, and Big Lots recently announced that they are liquidating. So it's not promising for the crafting community, especially the fiber arts community. Michael's isn't that great when it comes to fiber arts. They're great for crafters and people who can like make something out of nothing. You have to be really extremely creative for that. And I don't think I'm that person. They do have fabrics in my local Michael's. We also have a Hobby Lobby and I'm not shopping there. If you heard what I was talking about earlier, you'd understand why I don't support Hobby Lobby. There is so much more than just that. That's why I don't support them, but I will never shop in Hobby Lobby. Right now, I'm probably just going to be looking at more bed sheets and more tablecloths that I can find. My issue is that most tablecloths that I'm seeing out in like the big box stores, they're starting to become all plastic, and not gonna lie, I don't want to make clothes out of plastic. I mean, okay, to be fair, polyester, literally what I'm doing. The polyester or the plastic fabric that they use for tablecloths in the regular stores is just not comfortable. Maybe I can make something out of it. I saw recently somebody made a dress out of the Disney bags and I thought that was really cute. Maybe I can make a raincoat out of it. I don't know how good it would be. I know that it's not supposed to be super permeable, so maybe I'll make raincoats. Not really something that I'm interested in right now. Going back to the fashion discussion, you can see how the economy is being affected by what we use to make clothes. I think I'm fortunate enough to be able to afford new fabrics off the shelves as opposed to going and DIYing and thrifting. I feel like I'm pretty privileged to say that I can do that. I wouldn't even say I can afford new fabrics, to be honest. I only go and buy stuff when it's on sale. It has to be like on a really good deal sale lately. And I think people in general are going to start thrifting more for like tablecloths and bed sheets, and if they can, go to the box stores and do the same thing, because that's another like fashion trend that I'm noticing. Maybe it's just me, but I think that's going to be a little bit more trendy, especially when we go through these next at least 4 years. So I'm watching Sarah Spaceman's video of Hallmat, and I wanted to go this year, but I didn't have the money, and I'm trying to like, I don't know, save money for Megacon now. She had a friend or knew somebody that brought a rice cooker with them. So I'm thinking, since we're staying at the hotel and I'm going to want warm food and not just PB&Js every single day, I think it'd be a nice idea to bring in the rice cooker because I like having texture. I'm probably going to bring some tuna and kimchi, maybe, in my gochujang bottle or whatever. And then also, I think it'd be nice to have ramen. One of our friends suggested using the coffee maker. I don't know how I feel about using the coffee maker, but running hot water through the coffee maker and then pouring it over your instant cup ramen, great idea. I just don't think that I won't get the flavor of coffee in there, so I'm probably not going to use it, but that's also an option for us. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for Megacon. It's going to be like a really good, like, feel good time. I don't think I'm going to be able to spend as much money this year, which it is what it is. We're going through a recession. I'm just watching a whole bunch of con-going content and I'm just so stinking excited. Hello. It's like 3 days later. I don't know how many days it's been, but I've been working on crochet again, even though I have this really great idea for this sewing project. And I probably will start that right now because I'm at a very boring part of my crochet project journey. I added jingle bells. I also added like kind of a chain thing here. I don't know. I was really inspired by Chinese fashion and how frilly their outfits are. So I was like, oh, maybe I could add something here. It's going to be reversible, and that's like kind of the point of this. So this isn't the front, but this is what it looks like right now. It's still very short on me, so that's why I haven't finished it off yet. It doesn't go all the way down, and I don't like that because I want to sometimes be able to wear it with like other clothes and not just like tight pants, you know? This is what it looks like from the front. I really kind of enjoy these. I'm going to add little bows right here. I think that's going to be super cute to add bows. Also, it's reversible. I don't know if I said that earlier. I probably did. I'm just waking up. But it's reversible. You can see underneath here, and I was thinking whenever I'm done with this skein that I'm working on right now, what I could do is take the other skein that's in there in the bag and like hang it from inside so that it kind of fills in the gaps here. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet, but that's where I am so far on this crochet project. But I really, really want to sew because I had this idea in my brain when I went to work like a couple days ago. I don't remember. I drew it out at work and I just haven't gotten around to it because, you know, crochet and plus like doom scrolling and YouTube and all that jazz. I started watching this travel channel and I'm like really impressed with how some countries preserve their history and their historical architecture. It's just really super cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab some stuff so I can start sewing. Okay, so I brought all the drawings that I've been doing at work. It's been a while since I've been able to draw at work because I've been on a position where I can't just stop and like think. Here's my pile, but these two are the ones that we're going to look at. Although, okay, actually, let me show you this real quick. I want to make a little spiderweb bow. I think it'd be super cute. I really want to get better at drawing, and that's one of the reasons why I draw at work. That and like I have these ideas in my brain, and if I don't get them out of my brain onto paper, I'm going to forget what these ideas are, and that's another reason why I started drawing. I'm slightly getting better, but I still have a lot to learn. Maybe I'll actually take some like drawing classes or something. Free drawing classes because your girl's poor. I had this idea for like a kind of apron jumper skirt style thing. Let me see if I have it. But then it changed in my brain while I was sitting and crocheting and like hoping that I get to come back and work on it. But the Frosty Forest Witch, right? I've been working on that for months at this point. And what I want to do, instead of making like a green blouse, because I don't have green buttons and I'm trying to be really good about like not spending money right now, I think I want to do a green like spider web or bat shape wing, whatever, spiky dress and make that like kind of an apron like style. Not really, kind of like an overall skirt. I don't know how you call it because I've never like worn them before. Almost a pinafore, I guess, but it's not quite a pinafore because pinafores have like the apron, like that's kind of their goal. This is going to be like, I want to do straps down and then have the skirt come down to like maybe here, probably even lower because I don't like showing that much leg if I am going to wear that without this whole entire ensemble, because the goal of this also is to make sure that it's able to be worn outside of this whole thing I'm making, which that's sad to say because the crochet project I'm working on right now, I don't know if I can wear that with anything else. I did add a couple extra different color yarns in there. Just one. No, yeah, two extra different color yarns. And to be honest, I don't even know if it's wearable with that thing. So maybe it is able to wear, that thing being my Ice Witch top. But maybe it will be able to be an outfit I wear with multiple different outfits, but that's future me's thing. With that being said, I want to make that little spiky edge skirt and I want to use the green fabric, right? But I saw this like plant the other day on Reddit and I don't know what it's called because I'm really bad with plants. I wish I was a better plant mom. I want to be better, especially in this climate. Speaking of climate, it snowed up in the Pensacola area. Wild. Crazy, but like also I kind of wish I was up there so I could have taken like really cool snow pics because the only pics that we can get down here in the Central Florida area are theme park related and I'm so tired of that being the only place. I'm trying to get back into hiking, but hiking in Florida is like, it's too hot down here and it's all the same like little sable palms and like whatever the short little palms that hurt you and the pokey guys because it's actually kind of sand duney out here, but not like in the big old sand dunes that you guys probably know from deserts, but there's a lot of like sand here. Yeah, anyways, going back to the skirt. We're going to be doing this with this purple fabric I've had for a while, and the plant that I saw online was like more of a reddish purple, but I thought this would be really neat to make it reversible. That's the point. If I layered this over here like this, it kind of gives a cool hue. Let me get into this light a little bit better. Oh, my camera doesn't pick it up. It kind of gives it a blue hue, but in my eyes, I think it's kind of cool to see it coming through, like the green underneath. Actually, it coming out blue is kind of cool too. So I don't know if I want to make this like sewn onto the green or if I want it to drape over the green, because like then I'd have to sew in the ends or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to sew in the ends for this. I just know how to like sew it onto other fabrics. So this is the goal right now, is to make this a reversible like jumper style skirt, and then whatever. I'm going to use an old pattern that I have in my pile somewhere. And then what I'm going to do also is for the edge, for the scallop, it's not scallops, but whatever the points are, I'm going to do like one of the bat wing cape, whatever. I got to find the pattern and use like the biggest of the curves and like make that the end or whatever. I think I know how I'm doing this. Journal entry for the last project is done. Now I know where to find the page to what I bought. So next project is going to be the green one. I kind of messed up on this one, but that's all right. Incubus Legalo was the song of the project. So the plan is to use this pattern, right? And then also I have this skirt pattern, which is my tried and true pattern, this little guy. What I'm noticing though is that I think it's just one panel, which I kind of feel like I need more than one panel if I want to do like a whole bunch of little loopties or whatever. Oh no, it might be 2 panels. But still, like, I think I want more than 2 panels. The way that this fat cape is, I could probably make a skirt out of that, but having to cut all of that out is really, like, a lot of work, and I just don't think I have enough fabric for that, to be honest. Well, I have to have enough fabric because I just had enough fabric for the cape that I actually made out of it. I just don't know how I'm going to do this. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to like line this up with this so that it kind of like gives the little spikes. I mean, honestly, I could just write it, like chalk it in, but I'm so lazy. Like, are you kidding me? This is 2 panels. This is 2 panels. Something will work. So actually, I've been wanting like kind of a cut off skirt. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with that crochet project, but it's not looking the way that I want it to. And honestly, I can't frog it. That yarn is impossible to frog. However, I feel like I'm a little bit more confident in my sewing when it comes to like frayed edges or like doing fun little curves or whatever. So what I'm thinking, instead of working with that skirt, I am just going to do like, you know, the straps onto this. I do want to use the waistband from the skirt though. And then I'm going to take this, cut 2 panels of this because I think that's going to be necessary. Right here, instead of the neckline, I'm just going to keep on going straight and then do the hard 90-degree angle. This side, the long side, is going to be the back. The short side is going to be the front. So it's going to like attach right here. And that way it kind of like drapes down into like a little capelet thing for your butt. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. No skirt. Well, I mean, it's kind of going to look like a skirt, but it's going to be like a hiked skirt. I think that's how you call it. It's going to give you that little drape. It's going to give you a little flash on the inside whenever like I walk around, I feel like. So it's going to be kind of weird just because like this is supposed to be more like of a foresty thing, and purple isn't very foresty at all. It is a mystical color, so maybe it will still portray like a witch. I hope I don't have to add more purple for it to like still look pretty witchy. It's weird to say. One of my mutuals mentioned Mori, dark Mori, and I'm like, oh my god, that's actually like the perfect way to describe what I want to go for, except for like maybe more Strega, which is like very similar. I just don't know how to really explain the difference. I don't know if the purple would be too much, but I still want to use the purple because I want to make this multi-purpose. I want to look more like mystical and not wild or weird, but like just magical, I guess. I'm not sure if this is a me thing or not, but this pattern has been the most ripping pattern ever. And I know everybody says don't put tape on your patterns, but like also I plan on destroying this pattern. Like I don't plan on giving this away. Probably when I pass away, somebody might want it, but I'm gonna tape it. If it's that big of a problem, you can just trace over it because I know this pattern's not gonna be around forever. So like just trace it. This pattern keeps on ripping apart. And I'm not meaning to destroy it. Like I did jokingly say I'm wanting to destroy it, but that's never the case. And I've been more careful with this than like any other pattern I've bought in the past. This paper, whatever they're using, is super delicate and keeps on ripping. There's tape all over this. I know I am somebody that uses pins to hold down my patterns. I don't have any weighted stones, and I don't have the space for that, to be honest. So maybe it's a me thing, maybe it's actually a thing, but the paper for patterns, not that great, y'all. So now we have all of this fabric all sewed. Well, it's not sewed yet, but I have it pinned. After I get it all pinned together, or sewn together. God, I can't speak today, but I never can speak. Let's be real. We have the green one all pinned up too. We're gonna sew that together separately, and then we're gonna sew down the hems. And then after we sew down the hems, we'll sew these two together so it can have like a little layered effect. It would be better if I could show you guys what I'm going for. I almost want it to be like multi-layer. Maybe that's something in the future. But for now, I'm just going to do one layer where I just normally sew over the original fabric, the plain fabric, because that's just the easiest method for me. This is going to be the inside still. At least if I don't like it, I won't have to see it. I think I will like it. It's just the purple is a little bit loud for the outfit that I'm going for. But like I said, I'm going for like more of a mystical vibe. Hopefully it looks good. So I just did like a little test to see how I'm enjoying this. This is a different green than this, but honestly, I don't mind too much. Like it is what it is at this point. Or at Con Crunch. It doesn't look too different right here. It will look different once I'm like actually in the light, but because it's green in the back, it kind of blends in with this. So I think this works out. I might be able to flip it later too and just do that side because it kind of gives the tree look too, because it looks like some leaves wrapping around the timber, you know? The top, I'm going to make a white blouse actually, so it kind of still gives that like tree top, like canopy of snow on top. Like I said, the purple, if you think of it as a tree, the purple doesn't make sense. However, I don't think people are going to realize I'm trying to look like a tree. So I just finished reversing and pinning. So what I did, I attached them together and then I flipped the fabrics inside out. And now I'm going to do my top stitch for that. I think that's what it's called, top stitch. And then I'm going to stitch up here because it's going to have a little belt thing. I'm going to gather that so that it will fit on the one thing. I could probably finish this project today if I really wanted to, but my back hurts and I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to take a break. It's honestly almost done. But like it could even be an apron. That's pretty cute, right? So we can do it like this. It'll look better when I have it gathered. We're back, and I'm at the part where I start adding the gathering, which I already did the gathering, and then I'm going to put the belt on. The belt pattern that I have from whatever that skirt is counted for like a zipper, and I'm not planning on putting a zipper on this one. Instead, I'm going to do hooks and eyes. It would be really nice if I could like actually do like the little holes or whatever, like the metal holes, and then do like a little string or whatever, but I am not that talented yet. Once this is done, I have to do the little flap over. I'm almost second guessing not putting the straps on, but I feel like the straps would add a lot to it. But it's work and I don't like to work. I grabbed one of my more heavy duty scissors so I can cut off the little gathering pieces because it's a little bit too thick for these scissors. That's what I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to fold over the little thing, and then I'm going to sew over the little thing, and then it's going to be a little bit nicer to look at. This would have absolutely benefited from me having little eyelets right here and then like kind of corset tying it, but I don't have that and I'm not ready to learn how to do that, so we're not doing that. I don't feel like sewing in the hooks and eyes right now, so we're going to wait till tomorrow morning, and then I'll do like a try on tomorrow, and then I think I'll start working on the blouse, because I think it's going to be actually a dress that I put on underneath the skirt. It's going to be like triple layered down here, so it's going to be very warm, which honestly is fine because I do tend to get cold very often, especially in the winter. I wish I could show you guys a little bit better, but y'all will see in like the reveal, and then also probably before this video comes out because I am so behind on vlogs. Jump scare. I decided to do my makeup today. One of my mutuals, her like sound clip is popping back up again. It's like talking about dressing vintage but not having the values. That's been in the community for a long time, right? But I also saw this video recently where somebody was talking about fashion being political, and it is. It absolutely is. Somewhere in the comments, somebody's like, oh, what do I do if I dress 1930s, 40s, 50s, and I don't want people to think I'm one of the conservatives, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, hi, hello, that's me. I have like pants that I made a while back. They're not the best. The zipper, like, There's a zipper because I didn't know how to do buttons at the time, but there's a zipper, there's the faux buttons, and there's also like a little hook and eye, which I might actually take off of this just in case, because I gotta finish that one project still. I'll get to it. I didn't realize how yellow my hair was. My husband showed me this content creator who was like had similar hairstyle to me, and somebody said that their hair looked like the Duracell battery, and I was like, no, mine doesn't look that bad. Yes, with this white face makeup, it does absolutely 100%. Anyways, I'm derailing. So the comment was, I dress 30s, 40s, 50s, and the most like crazy I get is red lipstick. And I don't know if they were asking a question or how it was. It wasn't a question for me, but as the resident alternative 1940s person, I figured that I would answer it, and my answer was just like layering. Sometimes the makeup is like too much. I mean, obviously I'm wearing corpse paint, so like it looks like too much. Back in the day, the resistance was red lipstick, so I get it. But to be fair, it's not us 30s and 40s girlies that are getting stereotyped into this conservative housewife genre. We're not it. It's not us, it's the 50s, 60s girlies. And ooh, I got a lot to say about that. For me personally, makeup is a big part of it. Also layering, which I've talked about on end. You start with a silhouette and then you just grow upon that, and then whatever you like, you know? Back in the day, they used to wear stockings. Actually, in the 1940s, they had a stockings ration in the UK. So they would just like paint on whatever the stocking, like little line, tight line or whatever. I think that's what it's called. They would paint that on. Nowadays, there's not really a ration for it. But I still wear stockings, but a lot of times they're black or white. So like it's kind of in the same realm, you know? So anyways, that's what this is about. I think it's going to be a hilarious video. Anyways, today I am making tteokbokki before I start working on the 2 hooks and eyes. It's literally just 2 of them. Last night, I made cookies. You can't see them, that's just the cookie rack. But I made cookies at 2:30 in the morning because I was really craving cookies and sweets. But today is tteokbokki day. I am making it ahead of time for Lunar New Year because that's on the 29th, and I'm going to forget to make it because that's next Thursday, and I know me. Me is going to forget dates. We're going to go ahead and do that now. And then after that, after I get like the base started, I'm going to go over and start doing some hooks and eyes. I'm probably not going to show y'all all the tteokbokki stuff. I'll probably show you like in betweens just because like it's not important. Like I said that last time, but last time I did that, I started the dishwasher and it was really friggin' loud, and I apologize. I have a mic now, but like I'm realizing I just finished editing a video, half of my video, and I'm realizing that my mic doesn't work all the time. So anyways, tteokbokki time. Okay, so this is it all finished. I'm not too entirely sure how I feel about these curves right here. I kind of want to like have a little thing to hike them up, but I think it would look really cute when I have like a big old poofy skirt, which I don't wear very often and I haven't gotten around to making yet, but one day I will, and this would be really cute. So it's supposed to go with my witch outfit right over there. But the thing is, I don't feel like wearing it again another day in a row. Maybe tomorrow I'll wear it, but like today is just not the day. When I do the reveal of this, I think I'm gonna wait until like later. I don't know, because like when I do the video, I want to show off the outfit that it's made for. But like this is multi-purpose, and like I love how the purple and the green kind of makes it look blue. That's pretty neat. It matches this. The top is like a little bit, it's the top. I only keep it because sometimes I really wanted to go for the true 1940s aesthetic. I'm a pretty big fan of like this fabric together though. I'm not too mad about the shape of it. I wish I could show you guys better, but I can't. This would look really cool if I had white contacts, but I don't. I have bright pink contacts, and I also have purple and brown, but none of those are going to give the aesthetic that I want. I kind of want to look like an ice ghost, and I think honestly this might be the makeup look for the ice ghost, whatever I plan on calling it, because I still don't have a name for her. I have been enjoying doing the really long vlogs. However, I am a tired lady. I am getting older, and sitting behind a desk actually kind of bores me. Not that I don't like to edit. Like it's kind of fun. Like I do like doing the editing. I like doing all the stuff that comes with putting content up. That's really long videos to edit, and like I get tired of hearing my own voice sometimes. So I'm going to start working on the blouse probably tomorrow, but that's going to be next week for y'all. So bye-bye! Hello. I don't know when the last time I talked to you guys was. I don't know if I said goodbye or not, but I probably did, and it's because I haven't been wanting to speak lately. Like talking is stressful to me, and I know that sounds weird because I am kind of talkative, but also like sometimes I just don't want to talk at all. I finished the crochet project, by the way. It's great. I love it so, so much. I didn't think I'd like it that much, and I didn't think it would pair well with this. I added so many little bows. It's so coquette. I don't know if coquette's still in style. I don't know. I like the bow thing, whatever. I have kind of like that sea fashion thing going on with all the layers, and I love, love, love that. And also, like, just the colors and the jingling, like crocheting with these bells were so, like, peaceful. It made me want to keep on going because I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to quit so bad. And I also didn't think that this blue right here, turquoise, whatever, would match whatever I was doing. But now instead of the icy outfit that I was going for, it kind of gives more of a watery outfit, which is also okay because water is my favorite element. I just gotta come up with like really cool poses, I guess. Another reason why I didn't want to talk is because I know my mic sucks. And I hope that this isn't super crunchy and that that mic's actually picking up. I doubt it, but I'm trying really hard. But editing through that is literally the worst thing in the world. I don't think I'm an audiophile, but I am somebody that loves music and having to hear crunchiness. I also do not like royalty-free music because one, it's hard to source, and two, the easiest ones to source are AI, and I'm not promoting AI. It's not happening here. Also, my hair is kind of giving Lestat fashion icon. I don't have much more to say. This isn't a real try-on because I think this deserves a much more fancy try-on, and I don't know when I want to do a try-on yet. I was kind of planning on wearing it to the arts festival at Disney at Epcot, but then I was like, but that's so close to Megacon. I'm planning on wearing this on Sunday. Sunday is like a slower day, but it's not as slow as Thursday. So there are still going to be some guests there. And so people will be able to see this and hear it. But I also want to show it off more because this took so much work and I'm super proud of it. I'm very, very warm right now, so I need to get out of these and I need to get showered because I need to set my hair because I think we're going to Hollywood Studios tomorrow and I don't know what to wear. It's not going to be this. No, I want to wear this at Festival of Arts. Maybe at least the skirt part, and the top I'll just wear something else because I've already worn this top to Universal during Christmas, so I don't feel as bad for wearing this out, especially because I worked really hard on it and it's really pretty. Let me go take a shower and then we'll get started on the dress. That needs to happen. That is the very last thing I need to work on before Megacon, and Megacon is in 1.5 weeks. It's on Thursday. Not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after that. Let's do it. It's actually the next day. I'm gonna stop using my mic because that mic makes me upset. Every time I edit with that mic, it just crackles and I can't stand the sound, so I'm just gonna save my ears. I do have some mics on the way, so hopefully that will be in for Megacon. I suck at transitions, and that's not just an editing thing, that's just in general because my brain just doesn't work like that. So I didn't get around to sewing last night. However, I did get around to at least starting to cut out the pattern for it. So the pattern I want to use is going to be this little guy, but the Red Riding Hood one, hold on. The Red Riding Hood one is the one I'm looking at. I love the sleeves on there. I was going to switch it out with some bishop sleeves, but I want to try something different. The skirt is a little bit shorter than what I normally do, but it's going to go underneath the dress, well, the skirt that I made. Not my style typically. Oh, also, I plan on making the little huge collar things pointy, so that's also pretty neat. That's something to look forward to. I am 1 minute late, but not late. We don't really have plans. We just decided around 1 or 1:30 is when we're going to leave. So this is my outfit for today. I only made the skirt. This sweater is 3X, but it kind of works like a dress, so I kind of like it. Oh yeah, I made this too, but yeah. Sorry that the light's bad. I have the big light on and it's a yellow light, so we're gonna go to Hollywood Studios real quick and then we'll be back. I will get to sewing. It's con crunch time. Good morning. So I am working right now on a crochet hammock because I have way too many stuffed animals and I just really don't want to go over to the sewing room right now just because I don't know, I'm not ready to go sew. I got a cute little plushie last night. It's a little Pua. He's so cute. I love him so much. He's kind of weighted and he's got memory foam in him and his little limbs move and the fabric is really soft. He's probably not going to go on this hammock, but I do have a bunch of cinnamon rolls that need to go on a hammock. We also got a little strawberry cinnamon roll. Oh, no, he has hearts. He's a little love core cinnamon roll. I am still wearing yesterday's makeup. I don't think this is new information. I do wear yesterday's makeup quite often. It's just who I am. And honestly, if it takes me out good, this world isn't good for us right now. We're working on a hammock. I am freehanding this because I have no idea how to make one. I saw kind of a hint on how to make one, but the websites I see are not very informative and there's ads all over them, which yeah, make your money, get your bag, but my computer cannot handle that. I saw that you start with a magic ring. Well, Some people started with like the 4 chain connect, whatever. I don't know how to do that. Once I learned the magic circle, I couldn't do anything else. I started off with a magic circle, and then I did 3 double crochets in that, and I am on row 2 now. I'm going to try to increase in the middle. I think that's the way I'm going to do it, and that way it kind of flares out. We're going to put some in the corner up there. We have a lot of stuffed animals that my husband also owns because he's also a fan. And then also for sure, we'll put one in the sewing room for all the cinnamon rolls. And then I don't know where else we're going to put them. Probably in the living room, just because like there's space in the living room and it's not as much of a fire hazard. We're going to work on this for a little bit, and then we'll get back to the sewing room. It's not that I'm pushing it off. I am pushing it off. Let's be real. I am pushing it off. It's not that I don't want to work on it. It's just that my brain is like telling me that I have to work on it. And then because my brain's telling me I have to work on it, I don't want to work on it. And because it's con crunch time, I know that I work better under pressure. And my brain is like, oh, you know that, so let's not work on it. It will happen. I want this to be good. I really think that it'd be really cute to work on it and then keep on working on it. What I want to do with that dress, I think I was talking a little bit about it, is like do the like long collar and then eventually embroider like crosses on there. That'd be super cool because I've seen some Lolita outfits like with that on it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty. If I have time, then I'll do it because I do want to get into embroidery. I want to be a wider range of fiber arts instead of just sewing and crochet. It works perfectly in fashion, what I'm trying to say. And then I can like start learning how to embroider patches and then even use that as like a visible mending solution, because I was talking a little bit about visible mending and how I'm not like into it right now. I am into it, it's just that I don't know how to do it and make it look pretty. I do like the visible mending like idea, and I think it'd be really fun to like decorate some of my older clothes with that. So I'll work on this a little bit and then get back to you eventually. The reason why we went to Hollywood Studios yesterday was because the Muppets area is starting to shut down. They're doing like a slow phase out of the Muppets area. And while I'm not somebody that absolutely loved Muppets, I know a lot of people that do. And it's one of those like, man, this was here when I first started coming here. So I kind of want to give its due time, I guess. I don't know what the phrase is, but I wanted to give it some love. And my husband had never been to Pizza Rizzo before. I had, and I actually had a shift there way back in like 2011. I picked up a shift when it was called Pizza Planet because it used to be a Toy Story area, because like Hollywood Studios wasn't very like cohesive at the time. They've gotten a lot more cohesive lately, especially with the Star Wars and the Pixar area. They've kind of like condensed the areas and actually made them areas instead of just like, oh, this is a movie that we did, this is another movie we did, you know? Anyways, we went to Pizza Rizzo. While there, I had Pua sitting on the table because I just love him so much. Like, how can you not love that face? I love pigs, by the way. Pigs are one of my favorite animals. Pigs, penguins, and probably ducks. Pigs are probably one of those animals that I've always like felt love towards, even though they are big and stinky. It's not their fault, they're just animals. And I had him sitting on the table, and one of the cast members that was busing came by and saw him sitting on the table and brought a little baby chair for him. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to find a baby chair for him because, you know, there's like the American Doll girls, and I think some of the Gothic Lolita girlies, they'll bring their dolls out to like tea parties and all that. And I thought that was like, that's kind of cute. Like, it's not my style to do that. And I think it's just because I'm not part of the subculture. I've gotten more accepting of it. And I know I used to think it was weird, but I know that I am weird, so like I have no right to judge. Anyways, I just kind of wanted him sitting in a little baby chair because like he kind of looks like a baby. Look at him. Like, so like she brought over a baby chair, or a high chair, I guess that's what it's actually called. I immediately sat him in there and I was like, oh my god, I was wanting to do this, but even though like I didn't want to go looking for it, I just wanted to sit him in a chair because I thought it was cute. And she's like, do you know if Pua likes cupcakes? And I looked at my husband and I'm like, I know we're about to get a magical moment. I don't know if he likes cupcakes, because like I don't know if my husband was feeling cupcakes, because I'm always feeling cupcakes, especially when they're from the quick service restaurants, because they're made in-house and not from third party. Yeah, we think that Pua does like cupcakes, and she came over with a little Kermit puppet, and like, oh my gosh, it was so sweet. I was squealing the whole time because like I just haven't had a magical moment like that ever before. It was so fun because like she was in character. We sent in a cast compliment for her because that was just the sweetest thing. Kermit delivered the cupcake to Pua and was like, we love piggies over here. And I'm like, oh, we do love piggies over here. Like, honestly, Muppets, probably my favorite character is Miss Piggy because she's a fashion icon. Fashion icon. Her attitude's always been kind of grumpy, and I think that's the only reason why I don't like Miss Piggy. I don't really know too much about the Muppets verse, but I do know that there are certain characters, and I know like most of the main characters. I think I did watch like the Muppets Kids things as a kid, but like I was more interested in anime at the time, so I really didn't get into it. But it was the sweetest interaction, and I will be thinking about that forever because little Pua is just so darn cute. He got a special little interaction, and that was just melted my heart. We got our mics in. I've been trying to figure out how this works for like the past 5-10 minutes in my dark room because I need no light to help me focus, and I did it. I finally did it. Okay, so we're gonna go over to the sewing room. I gave up on the crochet project. I don't know if I want to finish it because I just don't wanna right now. So we gotta do the dress, gotta finish cutting out the pattern, and then we're gonna cut out the fabric. And I think I have plenty of bed sheet to do it. So in this container, I have a bunch of bed sheets. I don't know what kind of bed sheets they are. I know there's some other fabrics in here that are just white fabrics. Maybe not just white. They're like white fabrics in the Kona section or the Kona quilting section because it was cheaper than getting like actual good quality plain white fabric because it was like $1.99 per yard or something. So that's probably why I bought it. This one has the little bungee, whatever, this I don't remember what it's called. How do I do this? But it's stretchy. So I might take this one and use this one so I can recycle this, the little bungee stuff. Or I have some like softer 2.5 yards of fabric. This is very soft. It's not going to be enough for the dress, so there's no way I can use it. But I really like it. And maybe I can use it for like another future project, maybe more of like a billowy project because it's really thin. And I honestly think that it might be plastic. Now that I think about it. But it's soft, so I like it. And I think it's already washed, but I'll probably need to wash it again. $5. I got that at an antique store. And I know it wasn't antique. It was literally somebody's sewing closet stuff. So I have this fabric I definitely don't have enough of. It's some kind of satiny fabric too. And this would be really nice as like a billowy overskirt thing. I have been really, really into overskirts lately. And I'm probably going to make like a ton more because I really like the one that came out with the last project. My neck hurts. I can't sit like this anymore. Okay, you guys are sitting on top of a cinema roll bag for me. I've been really into overskirts lately and I really want to get into making a bunch of elaborate ones eventually. So having all this white fabric in here would be really good. And just like black, there's different kinds of whites and like it's more obvious in white, I think. There's also different textures in whites. This is a textured fabric and I think this would be good like as a lining. This one's bed sheet. So we're on a roll. I think this one is also bed sheet. This one, I think, is something else. I don't know what it is, but it's like heavy duty. This one's pure cotton. I know this feels like pure cotton. So it might be the one I use. Looks like it's more than 2.5 yards, so that's promising. So I'll put this one to the side. More bed sheet, which honestly, okay, so it's going to be a white dress. And what I want to do is I want to use like bias tape as the edging parts, and it's going to be black bias tape because if I have the time to get into embroidery, then I will do like the cross on the collar, and then having that black like around it, close to it, would be like a really nice touch because I'm kind of like leaning into the Gothic Lolita style with this. It's hard for me to explain because I'm pulling a lot of inspiration and I don't know the exact inspirations I'm pulling from, but that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. So the rest of these fabrics really don't matter, to be honest, but we're going to probably go with this cotton one, I think, because I have the most of this one, but the fabric for the bed sheet feels more soft. The only thing with the bed sheet is that I know the friction is going to get to me and I'm going to eventually like get shocked, but it'd be really nice for like the summer when it's not super cool out. I think it might be a cooling sheet because it's thinner than cotton and it doesn't wrinkle as bad as cotton. And I don't think the sweat shows as badly on it. I think I'm going to go for the bedsheet fabric because like sometimes I kind of want it to feel like it's an undergarment too. I know that's a weird way to put it, but like kind of like a night dress, but it's not going to be the exact silhouette. It's just going to be the kind of fabric that you would see in a night dress. So that's the vibe I'm going for. I don't want to go do cotton. Like I said, that wrinkles way too easily. This will be good for something else. Maybe like a blouse. I think I want to make a blouse eventually, so this would be good to have on the side. That's what we're doing. While pinning this, I just had a thought. It's going to be black on brown, and I'm not really the biggest fan of black on brown unless it's like black shoes with brown skirt or brown skirt with black shoes. I don't know. Did I just say the same thing? I don't think I like that. So what I want to do now is make a detachable collar because I think that is going to be one of my next ventures in fashion and like making mass produced. It's not going to be mass produced. I might make 5 max. I think I want to do more in the detachable collar making skill, because I think having a lot of plain clothes that I can switch between, like the round collar, the t-shirt collar, having just the normal collar on clothes can be styled with colors. It gives you more options for a capsule wardrobe, because I'm really into capsule wardrobing right now. And I think that's an important skill. Maybe it's not a skill, but I think that's an important thing to learn about wardrobes. It's not about the clothes, it's about how you accessorize. So now the plan is to make this with either a round collar or just a regular collar, and then having a detachable collar on top. Oh, and then with the detachable collar, that definitely gives me time to actually like learn how to embroider or get the tools for embroidery. So I don't feel like I need to have this done by Megacon. I just realistically don't think I'll have that enough time to do that. I know I'll have enough time to sew this together. It's literally just putting puzzle pieces together. I won't have time to learn embroidery, get all the tools, not get frustrated with myself, and then do it. So that's the plan now. Not sure when I bought this. I think I bought this probably around the 2020 era. This is a room essential, so I know it's from Target. It even says Target underneath it. So I haven't bought bed sheets in years, so I think this was 2020 when I bought this, when it was probably like $15. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this tag out. I always feel like it'd be really silly if I like took the tags out and then put them on the back as like the title or whatever, because you know brands put their little things on the back. I thought that would be silly, but then I was like, no wait, I'm making a journal, so I should keep it for my journal. Speaking of journal, I need to finish the last project's journal entry, but we'll get there when we get there. But everything's cut out, so I will need to lay it all out for the TikTok video, and then also I can show you guys too, but like it's just the shapes. Yeah, it's just the little pieces. So I'm going to take a quick break because my back hurts. I can only do this for so long before my sanity goes. So, break time. Oh my god. I just finished editing the video for last week because now I'm finally caught up. Ooh, my curly coos. It is 11:30. My husband's bound to call me anytime soon, so I will probably be pinning some of these pieces. I just realized, like, right after I finished recording last night, that I didn't do the collar piece. But honestly, it's fine because I don't think anybody's going to notice. I flipped through like the less than 1 second video footage stuff so quickly, like nobody's going to notice I missed the collar piece. So I'm not even going to show that. That's what's going on right now. I have like my legs are so tired because I had been behind my PC for so long today. I took a little tiny break to think about maybe editing a TikTok video, but then I was like, no. I don't want to edit. I just want brain rot content, and my For You page served. So there was a lot of piggies on there, and that was great. So pinning. That's what we're doing. Pinning. Just beat yarn chicken. I finished the hem for one of the panels of the, well, it's not the hem. It's definitely the seam of 1 or 2 of the panels of the skirt. I don't know which side this is. I don't remember. It's the one that wasn't cut on the fold. So I think to make your dress a little bit fluffier is you have to cut more panels. I don't have the patience for that right now. I would love to do that eventually, but right now I'm just trying to get this done. Less than 6 days. I don't count the day before we arrive as a day to work on something because I want that day to be focused on packing and making sure I have everything. My best friend was able to get the price to go down on the hotel a little bit, so we saved $60 each. I have this going on. I'm going to work on this project all day. That's going to be my goal. I don't know how much of this I can focus on. You know that feeling where you just want to cry and you don't know why you want to cry and it just won't come out and you just keep on getting sad about literally everything? That's what's going on with me. And on top of that, I started my period and I'm like, ugh, I'm just so overwhelmed with how the world is right now. And I'm overwhelmed with the fact that I almost feel alone. I know I have my husband. I know I have my best friend. And I know I have the friends I've made online. But like, I still feel overwhelmingly lonely. Maybe this is just me reflecting on my childhood, but like, it sucks having had grown up not knowing that I was neurodiverse, and it's no wonder why I couldn't keep friends. I recently remembered a friend that I had made. Like, it was my first best friend I made in elementary school because, like, it was like 3rd or 4th grade. She moved from Virginia, and I was the only one that would talk to her because she lived in my neighborhood and she lived really close to me. We were friends on the bus. I would go to her house all the time. And then I think it was like 6th grade when she realized that I'm weird and she like made fun of me and like I know this is like childhood trauma and all. And like, maybe I need to see a therapist, but that's expensive. So y'all are my therapist right now. I remember the day that she was like not wanting to be my friend anymore because everybody else told her that I was weird. I remember how heartbroken I was and how lonely I was. And I kind of feel that feeling right now. And maybe that's what I want to cry about. I don't know. But like, I'm feeling that feeling right now. And I know I'm not alone in this world. I know I have friends. It's just, I think what's going on in the United States right now is really stressing me out. And it's making it hard to want to do any crafts. But like, I know right now is really important to get really into art. Art is how we express our anger, and art is how we express what we want from the world, I guess. I feel hopeless. I feel helpless. I feel like I don't have much to offer to the world. And like, I'm sad about everything right now. Stupid hormones. To help myself, I kind of opened up the window in here. I have both the doors open so that we can get a nice cool breeze because it's actually pretty decent weather today. I brought my plants back outside so the lizards have something to live on again. So I have this butter dish, right? And I don't use the dish as a butter dish because I don't ever keep butter on the counter. I bought it because the bottom of the dish is, I mean, it's a tomb-shaped dish and it was pink. So I'm like, okay, this is pretty cute. I could use it as like a little spoon rest thing on my stove, but I didn't have anything to do with like the top lid for it, which is also tomb shaped, but it has a skull on it. And as a goth, I am not a skull girly. That's just not my thing. I know there's people out there who aren't into like bats or ghosts in the goth community. I am one that's not into skulls. I don't mind like normal bones, but skulls with the crossbone kind of gives like a fake fan feel to me. No offense to anybody that likes it. I think it's just because I was pretty scarred by like the huge mass like movement to making more alternative clothing in the Hot Topic community, and everything had to have skulls and crossbones on it, and it kind of gave pirate because Pirates of the Caribbean also came out around the same time. So like, it's just not for me. I hope that helps me feel better because I think the cold does affect me mentally. It does affect me, so it might be part of that. Having some rock time as urinate. Oh, yeah, that lid. So I put it out on the porch like a trough for the lizards out there because the lizards are really sweet, I guess. I don't know. They keep the bugs cleared of our porch pretty nice. They poop everywhere, but you know, that's easy to clean up. The bugs, not so much. So here's the skirt for now. It's going to be above my knee and I don't like that very much. So maybe eventually I might just like have it as a 4-panel skirt. Well, no, because it's going to be 3-panel because that's all right. This is going to be mostly an underdress thing because I don't see myself wanting to wear this very often. And if I do, I'll probably layer like crazy over it, under it, something. Because like it's also very thin. It is bed sheet. I don't know if this light will help catch it. It doesn't help catch it, but like you can see right through this. And that's pretty normal for a lot of bedsheet clothing. Release radar is pretty fire too, so that's helping. So when you do bedsheet like clothes, sorry, I'm gonna keep on moving around because that helps soothe me. When you do bedsheet clothing, there definitely is a right side and a wrong side, and it's a very, very slight difference. But it's like a texture difference, and sometimes my eyes can't catch the texture difference, but my fingers can. One side is like more fuzzy than the other side, but it's barely noticeable. But it's noticeable enough that I feel like I have to sew them like that. I don't know if there's like anybody out there that has any input on that. Yeah, there is a difference between right side and wrong side, by the way. As I'm sewing down these seams, I'm noticing how much I don't like the seams because of the fabric itself. It kind of like ruffles up. It just doesn't fall flat, right? So on the outside, you can really notice that I'm not that good at sewing. So I think in the future, because I do have some blue of this bed sheet. It's not the same bed sheet. It's from Ollie's Bargain Outlet, and it's blue, very light blue. And I really, really want to get into making my own lace, not like a lace maker does, but a crochet lace motif, whatever. And that way I can sew it into my clothes, like do princess seams or something. I do have a dress pattern somewhere in this pile that I never use because it just doesn't fit the way that I want it to. But now that I know how to like borrow from other patterns or like change a little bit of the pattern itself to make it my own, I think what I really want to do is take that pattern, crochet a whole bunch of lace, do the princess seam stuff, and then make a like kind of a ruffly dress, because like I'm really into ruffles right now, and I know I keep on saying it, but I think that's why I'm a little bit upset with myself right now too, is because I'm not working on that. I'm working on a specific project that I've been working on since November. I really want to make more ruffly stuff, and I'm also scared that I don't have the skill set yet. And it's not just that I don't have the skills, I also don't have the patience, because like it's a lot and I want to get that done right now. I know the lace is going to take a while, and I know the dress itself is going to take a while, but I think it'd be so cool to do something like that. So next project I'll probably be working on something like that. I also no, actually I need to next project work on the crochet, not the crochet, the collar piece. Honestly, I could start with my lace making on the collar piece and see how I feel about that. And then I can move on to a big old dress, because I need to do something small. Like the good thing about this like Frosty Forest Witch thing that I've been doing, it's been a bunch of smaller projects that make it into this large project. So it's been kind of nice, but I'm kind of tired of looking at the same colors right now. This white is a good change of pace because it kind of falls into the pastel thing that I want to I mean, it's white, so, but a lot of my favorite pastel like styles and just styles in general do use white. It's been nice to take a break from the earthy tones, because I'm not an earthy tone wearer in general, but I really, really want to work with pink too. I mean, I've worked a couple projects with pink or red in it, but it's not enough. I am not satisfied. I need more. So my Spotify Discover Weekly just reminded me of Night of Fire by Hanoi Team. I think on YouTube it was called Hanoi Team C. I don't remember. It's been a long time. It's been at least 15 years, almost 20 years. That was like one of the first ever YouTube videos I watched on YouTube way back in the day. I know I watched it in high school. 100% I watched it for the first time in high school. I remember like being so obsessed. I think I had just recently learned what Eurobeat was, and I could not find anything about Eurobeat online. Like looking for music that wasn't mainstream was so stinking hard to find. K-pop music was easier to find because like they started putting their music videos on YouTube like super early. They were like one of the first like music people to make it onto YouTube. Japanese music was really, really hard to find. And I think there was like some kind of law that wouldn't allow it, or some kind of copyright. I don't know. And I think that's why Night of Fire was one of those songs that I was able to find, because it actually came from a European DJ. And I don't remember the original person's name, but I remember trying to find Eurobeat and not being satisfied with the Western Eurobeat. And I remember like looking really, really hard for Japanese Eurobeat. And I think what influenced me to find Japanese Eurobeat was because of specifically DDR. And I don't remember what song in DDR, but I think there was a Eurobeat song on there, because the search function at the time and the suggestions function was still like really new, if I'm remembering correctly. I was led down the path to find Hanoi Team's Night of Fire. It was only like 5 songs I could find on there. I remember searching Pada Pada because that was like the dance of the time, and I wanted to learn how to do it. And I Night of Fire, and like I don't know how to Pada Pada. Like I don't know how to dance. I'm sure I could learn, but like my body physically doesn't want to move that much. So that just brought back a wave of like happy memories of my music exploration, because I think that's one of the songs that made it onto my iPod Touch. That's after I learned about the YouTube to MP3 converter. A lot of times it was successful, but sometimes it wasn't. And when it burned the song from the converter, it would have like little glitches in the music, which honestly, that's fair. That was like prior to Spotify and Pandora. So like, I kind of get it. Wow, what a time. Like, I'm so grateful for how music discovery has changed, and that's one thing I'm very, very grateful for TikTok for. I remember when everything was getting shut down, one of the first artists that I ever discovered on TikTok, Paida, she made a post about how important it was for her career and how much growth she's had because of the app itself, because it is a music sharing app. Something I get frustrated with a lot, and like I shouldn't get frustrated because I'm not in it to make money, is that sometimes my stuff that I feel really passionate about and really like I put a lot of work and effort into it doesn't make it very far, because I never use trending music. unless I really, really, really like the song. And it doesn't happen very often. And usually when it happens, it's before it trends. I don't use trending music. I don't use trending like audios or anything because like I want to credit the artist. And there's just so much music out there that goes undiscovered. And like that's kind of my goal with TikTok and just shorts and reels in general. I don't post on reels anymore, by the way. My final post was the day I just realized I've been pinning this backward. Oh my God. Okay. But going back to like the whole sharing music and all that, recently, yesterday, I posted a makeup video using a song called Tenebre Rosso Sangue, something like that. I don't know what language it is, but I think it's just like to have red blood. I think that's what it translates to. It kind of looks like a romantic language thing, but it's also a song in a game called Ultra Kill. I'm not gonna lie, I got super embarrassed when all my comments were Ultra Kill. I've never played Ultra Kill. I didn't even know what it was. I just thought that the song was really good. I love the organ sound on it. I love the like kind of Baroque influence on it. And there was one comment that was like, if you don't play Ultra Kill, GTFO. I don't think they meant it maliciously, but all the comments in there kind of like was like, you know, you're kind of the reason why people don't want to be in our fan base because like it's kind of rude to say that. And like I think they all knew that I obviously didn't play the game. I was doing a makeup video, so like do I look like I play FPS games? I don't know. I am not an FPS game player. I am a cozy gamer for life. They kind of like dogpiled on this person and I don't know what to say. Like in comments in general when people were complimenting me, I was like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed by all these Ultra Kill like comments. I'm just gonna like the ones and then leave because I'm so overwhelmed. And I do this a lot and I kind of feel bad because like I feel like a fake fan. It was the same with like the whole entire Frankenstein and Frankenstein's Bride, the little collar I made for my bat cape a whiles back. And it's like I like the aesthetics around it. I love the vintage vibes. I love that it was made in the black and white movie era time, silver screen time, I believe that's what it's called. I'm also not a movie watcher, so I feel like a fake fan for that. But like, I feel bad when I do things like that because I'm like, I don't know anything about the lore, but the music is so good. My dictation skill, maybe not dictation, but like my oral skills, like being able to hear everything. It's been so long since I've been in music school, so I don't remember anything. But like being able to hear something and play it on the piano, I used to be pretty decent at that back in the day, but now my skills definitely not there anymore, so I can't really say that. I could tell you a lot about the music. I just don't know anything about the game, and I feel bad anytime that happens. Does my thing have a... Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that this had a little case. Oh, game changer. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta put you guys back in a case because you guys are kind of like freeballing it. Sorry, that was just a really great discovery. Now I don't feel bad for like all the stuff I put in. I bought a case from Casetify and it still hasn't come back in. Like I returned it and they said that they don't have it and then that the tracking code isn't valid or whatever. And that's so frustrating because that's an expensive case. That's the last time I ever tried to buy an expensive case. I wanted something pretty, but like whatever, it's fine. $60 down the drain, actually more because I had to pay for shipping back and then the whole entire mess. But luckily we had some like holiday money and then we just bought another case, just a plain Jane one. I'll just decorate it. Maybe I'll get into Decodin. Who knows? But anyways, going back to the whole entire like sharing music thing. I'm going to keep on sharing music and like I love when soundtracks are really good. It's possibly the only reason why I get into movies and shows and video games in general. If the soundtrack's boring, then like what's the point? You know? Okay, so that's kind of mean to say. But like I need ambient sound, especially when I first want to get into the game because like the ambient sound is relaxing usually, but it adds an extra dimension of like immersion. I think if you add like good music, Castlevania is probably a really good one. They use like classical Baroque music, I think. I don't remember. They use orchestral. Like the song that I used recently for my makeup video could have been in a Castlevania game, like a modern Castlevania game, I feel like. And I think it's really, really important and it's an art and it's something that our government wants to squash and take over, like country music. Like country music used to be so good. It used to be pretty rebellious, to be honest. And now it's all about being super patriotic. And it's like, yeah, you can have patriotic music. It felt like there were a lot of industry plants in the country music world. Oh, it's so bad. remember when I was going through like a 1940s like winter music phase, and in that I remember hearing like some country music. I think it was just specifically country music because I am a fan of old country music. Give me one second. I think my dog's like asking me for something. Like country music was outlaw music, and now it's very like respects your government. And like, okay, so maybe I'm talking too much about the government, but lately I've been really upset with everything that's going on. Like, I'm sure if you're watching me and you've gotten this far in my video, you have to know that it's not good for us. It's really sad how much they play a hand in all of our art and media. And that's why I'm like trying really hard to keep my head up and like keep on making my art and doing my fashion, because it is going against the grain. I recently had a comment on one of my 1940s videos, and this was literally the point. The point was me wearing corpse paint and doing 1940s, like a real true 1940s shape. And one of the comments, I knew it was coming, was, I don't get it. And like, that's literally the point. The point was to not conform. Like, I love the 1940s. 1940s has such a sweet spot in my heart for fashion because that's where I really got started with my internet fashion, if that makes sense. Well, okay, so vintage in general, because I think one of the first like more easily accessible clothing styles that I saw online through Tumblr was rockabilly girls. And then on YouTube as well, those were some of the first fashion tips, fashion videos I ever watched. And I think rockabilly used to be one of those fashions that people are like, oh, that's not the same. I mean, like, rockabilly did come out of the 50s. Modern rockabilly is a little bit different, not gonna lie, but it takes from that era as well. But like, they were the rebellious ones in the 50s. There's been a lot of discussion online about fashion being political and all that. And one of my feelings about that is like, just to not conform. It's hard because like, especially right now when we're feeling discriminated against for being a little bit different. So I started the hemming process of the skirt. I usually wait until the very end to hem everything, but like, I wanted to do it earlier this time just because like, it's the worst part of the project. And if I get the worst part out of the way first, then I don't have to do it at the very end. I pinned everything down. It's not perfectly pinned, but that's honestly okay. I don't care. I just fix it with my scissors while I go in. So probably not good for my machine, but whatever. My playlist restarted, so I'm going to go take a quick break. I don't know how quick is going to be, but I do need a break. My upper here hurts, so I need to take care of my body. And then also take a mental break because hems are a mental gymnastics thing for me. So, all right, break time. So, foundation has finally finished and is now available for like actual not beta testing stuff, whatever. I don't know any of the terms. It's one of my favorite cozy games. Because of that, all of my towns from pre this time are deleted, and I'm really sad because I had a really good town going. I did download their new DLC, which is like some kind of garden thing, and it had like dragon statues, and that's pretty neat. So I'm excited to see what they do to keep on adding to the game. It's a good game. Like, I think I've talked about it on here before, but it's one of those you kind of click, have your people work for a little while and come back to it. It's one of my crochet games. And oh, by the way, I'm making a skirt. I'm thinking about making a paneled skirt. It kind of looks like it's a paneled skirt already. You can kind of see it. I saw on Redbook like this crochet pattern and how it kind of looks like it's folded in on itself, but it's not. It's a different kind of texture. So the technique is like you start one row, just do like a regular row. And the next row you chain two, double crochet in the next, chain, double crochet in the next, skip two, double crochet, chain, double crochet, skip two, and then it's kind of like the increase with the where you increase in the middle. I don't know what this pattern technique is called, but I used it before on my Ace capelet. And while you're doing that and kind of increasing every whatever row, I think it's sequential. I don't remember. I don't even think that might not even be the word. It's a math word, so I'm probably wrong. While you're going down, one row you're doing front post double crochet, and then the back you're doing the single crochet, almost like you're doing waffle, but it's not really waffle. But yeah, I saw this on Redbook and I thought it would be a really cute skirt to, I don't know, make. And I've been wanting to make something with these two colors in general anyways. You can only see one. Hold on. These two colors, because I think that's just such a cool like little pop. I don't know what I'm going to wear with it. I did just say that I'm tired of working with earthy colors, but to be fair, the green, the brighter green is not very earthy at all. So I think I'm in the clear for that one. I just found a YouTuber, Ian on YouTube. He's basically just filming his work day, and that's just so interesting because I feel like there's not enough normal vlog videos anymore. That's something I take comfort in, is people being people and not this facade of who they want to portray on camera. So it's really good to find those people on here. I was just going to tell you guys about the new features on foundation. I haven't been reading the patch notes or whatever, so here's a new like selection menu. You gotta choose your flag, and that's pretty neat. This is too much. Well, it's not too much for me. I love customization, so I don't know what I'm gonna go for. I might show you guys after I finish it though. So now we've got all the bodice pinned with all the little pleats. It's not pleats, but whatever these things are called. I forgot what they're called. I think it starts with a D. That's all pinned down so I can just sew it up. And then the hem of the skirt is all done. I didn't do the best at it, not gonna lie. You know, in like Victorian era clothing and even earlier than that, they would wear under like garments and it was like a slip dress or whatever. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with this, make it feel like it's a slip dress or a nightgown or something. It is going to have a zipper because I can't be bothered to like do buttons again. I'm like so over buttons right now, and I have tons of zippers. Yes sir, you are cute. Yes sir, you are. I made quite a bit of progress. I probably would have made more progress had I stayed in this room, but I think my brain just needs other things to think about right now. Every time I'm on TikTok, there's some new breaking news. Right now, specifically, there's a lot of airline news. And as somebody who loves travel, that's terrifying. And as somebody who thinks that there are a lot of people that could benefit from not being in this country right now, people that need to get out aren't going to be able to get out. Like, everything is just so nerve-wracking right now. My brain is just so, I know that's the goal. I know to frustrate us is the goal, to get like us to be worn out. That's the goal. But God, I'm so worried. Happy Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday. We are starting some water boiling. I haven't started it yet, but I want to start some water boiling. Also, my makeup. Oh my God. So I was late waking up this morning. I was an hour late waking up. So as I was rushing over to work, I ended up like using lipstick that was in my bag. And then like I have an Urban Decay, like I don't remember what color it is, but it's an Urban Decay glitter that I keep in my bag just in case. And then like this isn't eyeliner, it's mascara. I feel so naked without eyeliner. I've been wearing eyeliner almost, well, I wouldn't say every day, but anytime I go to work for like the past 15 years, pretty much. Not really. No, there was a time period, like maybe like 3 or 4 years where I didn't wear eyeliner because I didn't have the resources to get it, and like I didn't know what the good stuff was. And then on top of that, I was like, oh, I have to be an adult. I can't wear eyeliner to work anymore. That's too alternative. I'm past that now. So anyways, going back to what I was starting to do. It's like 4 days before we have to meet up with my bestie for some Megacon shenanigans. And I went out and bought some snacks on my way home because I got off at 3:30 today. So I want to start working on some cake pops. I don't think I'm going to finish it today, but at least I'm going to start doing like the easy, simple part. So I'm brewing some coffee soon. It's instant coffee, so it's not really brewing. I'm going to start some water and then put it in instant coffee and then refrigerate it for a little bit and replace the water that's supposed to go in the French vanilla cake mix. So I have French vanilla cake mix. I also have French vanilla pudding because these cakes are notoriously not like moist enough. And on top of that, like I just want more flavor to come out of it because it's going to be that coffee with French vanilla. And then I'm going to dip it in some caramel, like melted caramel, like bits or whatever. I'm melting it. And then, yeah, they're going to be cake pops. Sorry, I haven't really talked all day and like my brain's everywhere because it's just been a day. So we're making the coffee kind of cake pops. I'm going to probably bring some to work. I don't know if I finish it tonight, but like I really want to sew because I only have a few days left to sew. I think I can finish it not tonight, but maybe by tomorrow if I start working on it. I bought a bunch of snacks for us so that we can have something to nosh on while we're in the convention, because I'm not buying convention food. It's always not the greatest quality. If it's okay quality, the line is like an hour long to get food, and I'm not doing that. And I don't want to keep on like walking off property just because I'm a little snacky. So we got some little nutty buddies, and we got, oh, these toaster cakes. I've heard really good things about it. Like the last time I was on Facebook, which is like months ago. I don't remember why I was on there, but somebody was talking about it. I think it was in like Jade the Libra's Facebook page or something. I don't remember, but somebody was talking about these being really good, and they got them at my Publix. So I was like, oh, I'll bring it to Megacon. We'll try that out. Got some Uncrustables, got some savory snacks, got honey barbecue. I think we also got sweet habanero, which I'll probably dig into today just because like that sounds tasty. And then I got some normal food just because like food, you know. I need to get changed so I can get started and then start sewing. Great news. Those Ritz crackers, the sweet habanero, tasty. They kind of taste like the shrimp crackers, like seokang. I don't know how, like, I think they're just literally called shrimp crackers. And they have the same kind of texture. The flavor is really good. Highly suggest. Really yummy. Ooh, one more thing, because I'll forget if I don't say it now. I was at Michael's because I had to get more cake pop sticks and all that, and little bags, because I don't know if I have it in this little doom drawer down here. It might be down there, but I cannot find it. Like, I've dug through it and I can't find it. Maybe I hid it somewhere else. They started selling these separate from the twisties, and there were no more twisties. So I have ribbon, I guess. I have yarn. I guess I could use yarn. Actually, I have a lot of yarn. I can use yarn. Also, since I was there, because I've been talking about embroidery for so long. Well, maybe I haven't been talking about embroidery for so long, but ever since I got a Blue Sky, I've been fed a bunch of embroidery content because there's a lot of embroiderers on there for some reason. I don't know. It's really popular on Blue Sky. I picked up a tension hoop. I really want to do this. I really want to get into this. One of my friends on there convinced me that I have shoe boxes in my house that I could use. So I'm going to do that. I got a tiny one because I'm not planning on doing like a huge embroidery piece. That's just not for me. And plus, like, I like having little portions to look at rather than a big, huge one, because that kind of like confuses me. And then I got black embroidery thread because, you know, I'm probably going to use a lot of black. I don't think I'm going to do it for this video, but I might even work on it at Megacon while I'm there. That'd be a fun little video, right? But I want to do that collar piece I was talking about for the dress that I'm making right now. With that dress, I'll probably be wearing that to Epcot on Tuesday because we're going out with one of our friends because he's never been there during any of the holiday things, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to go out there with him because it's Festival of the Arts, right? I want to be able to wear something that I made. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to probably wear that dress, and then I'm going to wear the little back collar that I made the other week. And that's going to be super neat. Let me get changed because I'm going to keep on prolonging this. I found them. They were on the side and I didn't look hard enough. But honestly, these are too short anyways for what I want. Maybe not too short, but these are too long. These are too short. I want something right in between. Just right. But I have 50 of these, so this is probably going to work. I don't want to use yarn right now because it's more effort than this. So since I have these, I'm just going to use these. I have 2 things of them. So past me is really good at stashing, I guess. There's no guess about it. I'm really good at stashing because I forget what I have because I have ADHD. Chat, I think this is mold. I don't want to do that. I don't want to risk my friends' lives. I'm not doing that. That sucks, bro. Like, okay, so instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to crush up some espresso beans that I have. Apparently, coffee does not go bad. This just went bad because we didn't seal it properly. That's on us. It still smells great. I have some espresso beans from a few years ago. I'm not going to show you because it's embarrassing. I'm going to use that. Oh, I have peppermint too. Oh, actually, I have some that are already crushed up, so I might just do that. I have some fancy ones in here. Ooh, double chocolate. Actually, that might be good. I could do like a mocha frappe, whatever. It's not really a frappe, to be honest, but do a mocha flavor. I gotta turn this off. It's gonna scream at me. But yeah, instead of that, we're just gonna use coffee beans. Hopefully, it's not that noticeable with the texture. Man, that's so frustrating. Ugh. Well, since we have to wait for the butter to melt, I guess I'm gonna eat a little bit of food real quick, and then if I have a little bit of time, then I'll start sewing afterwards. But I think what I can do, I'll probably be crocheting for a little bit, and then I will come back out here and I will start at least the bottom of the cupcake portion of it, the cake portion of it. Sorry. I'm just used to making cupcakes lately, but we'll start with the cake portion of this. We'll put it in the fridge for tomorrow because I have a short shift tomorrow. I'm going to try to extend tomorrow because honestly, money, but also like Megacon. I want to get everything done by Tuesday. Well, at least the clothing portion of it by Tuesday. And then past that, I just want to be able to get like everything ready. Well, okay, so Wednesday is the day I want to pack. So yeah, and also I have to edit this video by Wednesday so that I can schedule it for Thursday. Y'all, I am stressing myself out, but I'm going to do this. I got this. I'm going to be good at this. My PC just crashed and reset, so no more foundation for me. The new update like kind of really messed up my gameplay. Like, it's really nice, it's really pretty, and the textures are really great, but I can't play anymore. I have an old PC and like literally, I don't even think it's a gaming PC. I'm in the kitchen now. Butter's still hard, so I'm still gonna have to wait a little bit for it to melt down a little bit so I can replicate butter or oil because I don't like putting oil. I like putting butter in mine because I'm fancy schmancy here because I just don't want to be near my PC right now and it smells like hot sauce over there because I've kept on spilling hot sauce on myself. I'm gonna go and so let's do some sewing. It's been a little while. I've been really sad lately. It's just that time of the year. And then all the news that we're getting on any news outlet has been really bad and not good for my mental health. Seasonal depression and terrible news is just not a good combo. I've gotten quite a bit of progress done on the dress. I have the bodice and the skirt all sewn together, and right now I'm working on the sleeves, and I just wanted to update you guys because I'm really proud of how this little hem whatever is, I don't know how you call it, the seam, yeah, it's called the seam. It's really pretty and I'm really proud of it because I've gotten better about learning how to like clip my gathered edges and then just fold over the seam that's not gathered. Here it is. I don't know if you can see it very well or not, but it looks so professionally well done. Let me see if I can get a better lighting for you. Hopefully this lighting is a little bit better, but look how nice that looks. It doesn't even look like there's any ripples underneath it or anything. Like, I feel like I did a pretty decent job at this, and I'm really proud of myself because this looks nice, and it's probably one of the nicest seams I've ever done, and I will be doing the same method up here for the attachment to the bodice. I was thinking about having this stay open, but I kind of did like a try on thing and I didn't like the way it looked when it was open because this is going to be the bottom of it. So I'm going to actually like sew this together. It's not going to be the way that the pattern calls for. I think it's asking for you to like scrunch this up at the bottom. I'm not going to do that because I do kind of like the bell sleeve. I almost wish that I used like a more transparent sleeve fabric, but I don't have that in my inventory right now. But I am really, really loving the shape of this right now. I've done a bunch of drawings at work because I was on registers yesterday. That's another reason why I didn't feel like talking yesterday after I was working on some stuff, is because like I was on a very talking heavy position. Oh, the outside kind of looks bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it is what it is. I don't care. I just want this project done. I was on a very talking heavy position yesterday, and honestly, oh, actually, maybe I can just flip it this way. We'll see how I'm feeling like in a couple hours. But yeah, I was doing a lot of talking yesterday, and I just didn't feel like talking, and then coupled with everything that's going on right now, not very in a good mood. Yeah, so I am going to continue working on this. I'll give you another update eventually. Maybe I'll get around to doing like a makeup test again because I have the Ben Nye Clown White makeup right now, and I really, really want to learn how to work with it some more. And I kind of want to wear it out to like Megacon one of the days, but I just don't know which style I want to wear it with and what outfit. And I still have to think about what outfit I want to wear tomorrow because we're meeting up with a friend to go to the Festival of the Arts, and I want to show one of my crochet projects off. By the way, I'm not going to have any like outfit videos or whatever reveals before Megacon. So if you want to see everything put together, then I will have it up next week because I think I'm just going to record Megacon as its own like video. I will probably on Wednesday start the video that day because I need to edit this video on Wednesday because I need to pack up for Megacon because Thursday morning is when we're going to get there and I need to have my hair done. I mean, I don't have to have my hair done. Actually, I might not do my hair until Wednesday night. That's all besides the point. We're going to keep on sewing. Hopefully, my mood will get a little bit better. I don't know. I turned off the AC in the house, so maybe that will help. Unfortunately, I'm a big old dummy, and I'm going to try not to cry because, like, I'm so tired of crying every single freaking day. But, like, I sewed the sleeve on wrong to one of them, and, like, I know this is part of the process, but why do I mess up so much? Like, it's so frustrating that I keep on messing up, and like, this is one that I can't like go back and fix because I already cut it out. Please, sir, I know you're trying to cheer me up, but like, I really don't want it. I have to cut out more of this fabric because I already cut the seam allowance for the top portion, so I can't just go back in and fix it. Like, it's so frustrating that I do this so freaking often and I don't check my work. And like, I'm also stressed out because I'm con crunching myself. This is what I get. It's one of those like when everything goes wrong on the same day and it just keeps on getting worse. Every little slight thing like just gets on you and I can't handle it right now. I need to cut this out and then I'm going to take another break. I've been taking breaks so often and it's not like me to take so many breaks, but like every time I finish pinning, I go take a break and I doom scroll. And then every time I finish sewing something down, I take a break and I doom scroll. And I'm just so tired of doing that because I'm so tired of looking at everything online right now because everything is the worst thing in the world. Lately too, I've been feeling so insecure about myself because I'm autistic and like I've never been able to have a friend, like have friends. Like I have my best friend and she's so sweet and I have my husband and he's so sweet. Like I know I dress so weird. I know that's kind of the point of why I dress the way that I do. I just feel like I'm inconveniencing other people. Anytime I do something, I feel like such an inconvenience and like I work so hard on my art and my art's just not good. And like, I don't know. I need to stop being so mean to myself. It's so hard not to be mean to myself when I feel like such a failure all the time, you know? Here's kind of a try on. I kind of hate it, not gonna lie. But to be fair, this is just gonna be an underdress, so I should be okay. The collar is kind of weird. I have you guys right here, but it kind of pops up right here because I didn't do a good job sewing it down. So it kind of gives me like religious looks and I'm not trying to go for that. Almost also giving me kind of like Princess Leia looks. I think it's the sleeves, to be honest. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's definitely a bed sheet. It is what it is. Honestly, I'm glad I finished it. The zipper, I got a zipper on and I didn't break it. So that's pretty neat too. Yeah. I need to find something else to wear because this isn't going to be what I want to wear today. I thought I was going to wear it today, but I changed my mind. I think I want to wear something more black because this is a little bit too pale for me. And I don't know. This isn't what I want to wear today. So I'm going to have the official try on at Megacon because I waited too long to get my projects done. I will probably finish this video off today just because like tomorrow I need to focus on cleaning the house and getting packed up and finishing last minute like baking projects because I think that's something I want to bring with me. So I've decided one of the days I might just pass out cake pops because I think that'd be really sweet. And I think that would be a lot more fun than just giving out little crochet amigurumi because that takes a lot longer to make. And yeah, I was making the cake pops anyway, so sorry that I don't have any makeup to do this with, but I will on this one is going to be on Saturday. Yeah, this is Saturday's outfit. So this is going to be for part of my Frosty Forest Witch. I think in the beginning of this video, I did the winter water, whatever mermaid thing. I don't know what to call it. It's just an outfit that I crocheted. So I did that one. And then I do have to edit this video still too. So I really love these sleeves. Sorry that I didn't really talk through most of this. And sorry that I got really sad through some of this. I'm still pretty sad, but I'm not as sad as I was yesterday. I'm kind of upset because I got into an internet argument and I know better, but sometimes it happens. So whatever. See y'all maybe tomorrow. I might start recording tomorrow, like the packing up video. If not, I'll see y'all on Thursday. Bye bye.